And one thing that I don't think we talked about on the show, at least not at length about, and that's the Rocafella breakup. I think a lot of people don't recognize this too. Kanye West was the breadwinner for this label at the time when this album came out. Jay-Z had retired a year before this. He was president of Def Jam, and at the point they were going through the Rocafella divorce. And I think like in terms of just like topics on the album, this one was like the most kind of like narratively on time for people that love hip hop, because we were right in the middle of Dame and Jay having their own little civil war at that time, when they were just like, okay, I'm going to take Petey Crack, and then Jay said, well, okay, I'm going to take. Oh,
They did the draft.
Yeah, I'm gonna take everybody else. I'm gonna take everybody fucking else. And Rockefeller Split had a really big kind of issue, not issue, but a really big effect on Kanye, because Dame was the one who believed in him. He always says this. Dame was the one who put the album out, but Jay is my favorite rapper of all time, and he talks about that on the album. And I think listening back to it, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird the way he talks about it, because just like, all right, but you cool with both of these niggas, and you having Jay basically kind of do a victory lap on the fact that he took Rockefeller away from everybody.
I mean, shit. It's a civil war today. They're fighting over reasonable doubt today, trying to find somebody to buy that one third. I don't even think Kanye even speaks about as much things as we hear from Kanye news and headlines. I don't even think he speaks about wanting that third, who should own that third. The choice that he had to make 19, 20 years ago, that ends up being something difficult that now we are seeing literally 2 decades later. You see the ripple effects of it.
I think he's just kind of done with that era in general. I think that's probably why he was like, Jay's going to get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know why people would try. Like, Jay's going to get that last third. It's going to be his again. The only reason Damon has to give it up is because he isn't it to pay his legal fees or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't even. That's funny. The third shit I think about, I'm like, do people even care? Like, I know the rights to Reasonable Doubt, the album, revert back to Jay, and like, it's like after 30 years, so it's like probably like a couple, like 10 years away.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know, what is without Reasonable Doubt, what is a third of Rocafella LLC worth?
Yeah. Today, like nothing. You know what I mean? It makes it kind of sad that this is, and I don't even think Jay has really talked about kind of the ending of the whole thing in his raps today, but Kanye is kind of like the eulogy of of what it was at that point, and that was on this album. And for anyone who wasn't around at that time, like, or anyone who just big fans now, it's like Rockefeller was a big fucking deal. I don't think we've ever seen another rap label like that today, where it just captured the zeitgeist of young black males. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had, again, we talked about earlier, everyone had a different style. Like, it was a State Property style, Diplomat style, Jay-Z style. Like, everybody had a different style on that label. And at the time it seemed like there was no ego, but you know how that type of thing goes. But